Good morning, everybody. It's Chris.
And Joan.
From Chris and Joan's Travels. Well, this is our day 8 vlog, our first day for Puerto Rico. We're at the Margaritaville timeshare, Rio Mar by Club Wyndham. And so on the 26th, we got up. We got ourselves cleaned up. We were at a hotel in Fort Lauderdale. They served breakfast. So we went down and had some pancakes and did they have eggs? No.
Yeah, they had eggs.
They had eggs and cereal. So we had some easy breakfast. And then we went back up to the room. We finished our packing, and after that we went and loaded up the car, and we drove back to the airport, dropped off the car. Found our way around the airport to Southwest. We were flying from Fort Lauderdale to Puerto Rico on Southwest. Since they checked my 2 bags free, this is probably one of the last times we get that service. So we got the bags checked, but the bag checking was kind of a cluster. So you go to the machine, you get your bag tags, you go get in line, but because we were there 3 hours early, they wouldn't take our bags. They made us take our bags outside and drop them off at the outside so that they could send the bags to the airplane. And we have a little more story about that a little later. And then we kind of hung out at the airport. We went through security. We're TSA pre, so we virtually walked right through. We walked down to the gate, figured out where we were. I went and explored the airport for a little while. I found a place for us to go sit, so we went and sat there for about an hour and a half while we were just killing time, and I worked on some blog videos. And then 1:15, we went back to the gate, got on the plane. Plane took off on time, landed on time. We go from nice weather in Florida where it was sunny and 80 something to Puerto Rico where it was pouring rain and hot and humid. It was humid, yeah. Sure. Definitely more humid than Florida.
Florida was, yeah.
That's a fact.
Florida wasn't right then.
So then we got off the plane, went through security, we went and found our bags, and this is where the pissed off Chris came out a little bit, because we sat there, we got 1 bag, 2 bag, 3 bag. Stopped and there was no bag. Our 4th bag never made it to Puerto Rico.
I have a tile, and I have the bags in a tile in each of the bags, and on my app there it shows where it was. And I'm like, oh, let's see where my bag is. 3 of the bags are with you, and 1 bag is still in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, never made it on the plane.
So I walked over and talked to the bag lady, and she goes, would you like to file a claim? Well, of course I want to file a claim. That was kind of a stupid question. Where's my bag? And she went and figured out my bag never got on the plane, and that they were rerouting it, and it was going to be on a flight to Baltimore later that night. And then first thing in the morning, it was going to take a flight to Puerto Rico. And she goes, well, you have 2 options. We can send it out to you, or you can come back and pick it up tomorrow after it lands, and we'll give you a $200 voucher. I was like, oh, I'm not driving back. You send it out. So we actually got the bag all set up, and we had them bring it out. And the next day we did actually finally get it.
In the afternoon, so.
But we went a day without toiletries, flip-flops for the beach.
He didn't have his stuff.
I didn't have anything. Well, that was all my good stuff.
Yeah, so he didn't have his beach stuff, which kind of sucked, but.
So after that, we went and got the rent-a-car.
Luckily, it wasn't if we were cruising though, it would have not been very good.
That would have been bad.
We would not have gotten it in time for the cruise, so I don't know what they would have done then, but since we're here all week, it didn't matter. They would get it to the next day, late in the afternoon, but otherwise it would have been a little different story.
A lot of more pissed off.
But other than after that, we're all good.
So, and then we went and got the rent-a-car. I'd rented a Nissan Rogue, but they gave us a Hyundai Tucson, and actually I very much like this car so far. It holds all the bags and it drives pretty good. It's a 2023. So we got the car, and then since we knew we were going to timeshare, we decided halfway out to the timeshare was a Walmart, and we stopped there. We went and picked up some groceries for the week, sodas, food, breakfast stuff, a couple things for dinner. And then we took the ride out to Margaritaville. The only thing I find funny about, so trying to get my way around Puerto Rico, my Google Maps normally is in miles, but for some reason when we landed in Puerto Rico, my Google Map became in kilometers, but every sign, well, not every sign, a lot of the signs are still in miles, and the speed's in miles. So I've been kind of confused driving around looking for, okay, 2.9 kilometers too. That's been kind of fun driving. So we checked in. When we got here, the bag guys took our bags, all our bags, and the valet took our car. Valet parking is $25 a night, and we just handed them the car, let them do that. I was like, yeah, I'm not dealing with it. I'm on vacation. Then we went up to the front desk. I went the wrong way. We went to the hotel side. We had to go back to the other side. And we actually went and checked in. And we got checked into the hotel. They gave us wristbands. And then, of course, they send you over to the concierge desk and want to talk about doing a tour. We kind of had already agreed, yeah, we'll go sit through a tour one day.
It's not really a tour, a presentation.
Presentation. But it better have been worthwhile. So to make it worth our while, they made it $150 of resort credit, which just about pays for the parking while we're here. So we'll end up wasting an hour of our time tomorrow doing that.
Yeah, for $150, we don't mind. We don't do it every time, but
yeah, we didn't do it in Florida, but it was worth doing here just for that.
Just to go, we will say no.
And then we got up to the room. The bag guy brought us our bags. We got everything unpacked, all the food in the refrigerator, and I was starving at that point, so we walked out to the 5 o'clock somewhere bar. We sat at the bar. I had wings. Joni had a nice burger.
Cheeseburger.
I had what was it? Sailor's Delight. What did you have?
The 5 o'clock somewhere.
She had a 5 o'clock somewhere, so
which is basically Bahama Mama.
So we sat at the bar, ate our dinner, watched a little basketball because that's what was on the TV, and we drank our drink and we ate. And then after that, it was raining out.
Yeah.
And it was not raining real hard, but hard enough to be annoying. So we went up to the room, we unpacked all our luggage, and we set up the laptop, and we watched Hulu the rest of the night and just relaxed, chilled out. So that was our day 8, first day here in Puerto Rico at the Margaritaville timeshare. Excuse me. Say that again, the Margaritaville timeshare. And we'll be doing a bunch more things this week. Keep following along. Hopefully you're liking these.
Yep, don't forget to like and subscribe, comment below, follow us along.
Yeah, really like and subscribe. We're at the 440 followers now. We'd like to get the 500.
So
thank y'all. We'll talk to you later.
bye.
Bye.